Hello and welcome back. I'm Randy Newbert from Voodoofx. In today's short video, we'll be going over the second stage of the ET ship engine vents. So let's get started. All right, this is the second phase. We have all the bottom of the electronics in for the bottom area of the landing leg assemblies, and that is pretty much tested and all completed. So now we're moving on to the vent, and I found a couple really good ways of doing this, and I think it'll speed up the whole process in general. So what I opted to do is with the actual lower vent area, what I ended up doing was I prefabricated a piece of this strip, and I oriented it and I put a directional arrow on it. You can see the arrow kind of going in this counterclockwise rotation, and also in this just to keep my orientation. And then what I decided to do was to prefab the strip onto here first, so then that way this unit is a complete unit, and then I can just drop it and glue it in place, and that's it. It'll be mounted and ready. These lines will be hooked up to the controller board when we go to hook them all up with the actual processor that will run this effect. So anyway, but this is the way that I decided to go. I did it on both of them, both the lower half section and also the cymbal ring. So I'm going to do both sections the same way, and I cut these all to fit. Again, I pre-soldered them, and then I added some venting on this one just to get some air through it, so there's a little bit of circulation. But you know, it's going to really, these don't put out a lot of heat, so it's going to be not a big deal. Anyway, so you see that I've got a counter or a clockwise rotation rolling for this piece, because what you need to do is once this is set up and they're all hooked up and on, the all you need to do to get the counter rotational effect is one strip is going to go one way, and then you'll flip the other one upside down, and that'll make it go the other way, and that gives it the rotational feature. So anyway, so what on as far as this goes, I'm going to speed through this a little bit and get these in place and glued down, and then I'll go through a test with the actual running of them. And then also too is what I wanted to also show is these are the little bands that I made up. These are clear diffusion, and all I did was take a little tape here and I taped them off, and I'm gonna clean this one up a little bit more, but this is the general idea. Anyway, you cut the band to fit, and I'm gonna have the seam towards the back, and then it just lays right in there, and you just gotta cut it right to size. And then what I did to make sure that I was pretty even all the way across is I took a straight edge, just a ruler, and went straight across the area, and then that told me that, you know, I'm good with the lens, and it won't interfere with anything, and it's going to look nice and tight. So that's something to keep into perspective when you're putting together the lens assembly. You'll have to cut that lens to fit too. They come a little wider because I want you to trim them down to actually fit inside the model. So this is another thing that will have to be fabricated and made up to fit that area. So anyway, so let me get some of this together, and I'll move forward, and then I'll shoot another little bit of an ending segment of this video, so you guys can see this thing kind of all together, because I'm going to glue everything down and make it permanent. So we'll get on with this next one, and we'll be right back. Okay, so to wrap this video up for this ET vent effect, this went over pretty easily, and the application was really not that hard to put in, and it went through pretty smooth. So what I've done is I've now I'm at the stage where I've got all this assembly together, and all the internals are in there, and the vents are all blocked off, and everything's all ready to go. So now I'm on to the third stage, which is going to be probably the longest stage, which is the engine band. This will probably take the longest to do because there's so many lights in it. But this will be phase 3 of the build video. So anyway, so thanks for watching, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll bring you the next video very soon. Thanks for watching.